Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Math 31 Calculus, Chapter 4, Extreme Values. Lesson 5, Extreme Value Problems in Economics, Part 2. And I went and, anyway, redoing this. So, this next part, function. Demand function is P of X. That's price per unit that can be charged when selling X units. The revenue function, R of X, is XPX, revenue from the sale of X items. And the marginal revenue function, R prime, is the rate of change of R with respect to X. And finally, the profit function, P of X, capital P, God, I hate this, we use C's and P's again and again. Anyway, P of X equals R of X minus C of X. Profit is the difference between revenue and cost. Now, to maximize the profit, we look for the critical numbers of the profit P. So P prime of X equals R prime of X minus C prime of X, which is 0, which implies that R prime of X, the derivative of the derivative of the revenue function equals the derivative of the marginal cost function, the derivative of the cost function. So for maximum profit, marginal revenue equals marginal cost. All right. Now, I'll do a couple of quick examples. In the case of Howard's Hamburgers, the yearly demand function P is 800,000 minus X divided by 200,000, and the cost function C of X is 125,000 plus 0.42X. What level of sales will maximize profits? All right. So to do this, we have to figure out the revenue, which is XPX. So this is X times 800,000 minus X over 200,000. Now, 800,000 divided by 200,000 is 4. So this is 4X minus X squared over 200,000. Okay? So I can do it that way. Now, I want to do it that way because R prime, excuse me, the derivative of the revenue function will be 4 minus, now that derivative, that's X over 100,000. All right. Now, and then we have C prime, the marginal cost function is the derivative of the cost function, which is 0.42. Oh, you poopy head. Okay. Now, if this is the case, that means to find the maximum, the most profit, we have to sell 4 minus X over 100,000 equals 0.42 and solve. So subtract 0.42 from both sides, we get 3.58 equals X over 100,000. Multiply both sides by 100. X is 358,000. So we have the maximum profit when, W-H-E-N, when they sell 358,000 hamburgers. Now this goes back, as I talked about in Chapter 2, the economics, you get fixed and variable costs. This is the sweet spot. You make the most money. Yes, you will still make money if you sell 359,000 burgers, but it won't be as much. And you will make money if you sell 357,000 burgers, but it won't be as much. This 358,000 is the sweet spot. Now, here I have to apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You might have an older version of this where I use different numbers. And I just made up some numbers and put them in, and they worked out to be the actual maximum. So I had to go back and change them. Anyway, so if you've got the older version, check the notes. The new question is, the store has been selling 150 Blu-ray players at $130 each. Sorry, that's the old version. Sorry, as I was saying, got interrupted there during this teaching. Anyway, I made up some numbers and put them in, and I realized I accidentally gave you the maximum value. So, anyway. So I went back and changed the numbers. So if these aren't the numbers on your sheet, change them, please. So a store has been selling 150 DVD players, or sorry, Blu-ray players a week at $130 each. A market survey shows that for each $10 rebate offered to the buyer, the number of sets sold will increase by 15 a week. Find the demand function and the revenue function. Now, here, I want to point out, it's not bad if you pay attention. So what are we doing? We are selling, how many are we selling? X. Normally we sell 150 of them. And the price, P of X, is $130, which gives us a revenue of $19,500. I like that. That's a nice number. Now, notice here, we want to maximize the revenue. Find the demand function and the revenue function. So my apologies. We're going to maximize the revenue later, but first we have to find the equation for this. Now, I want you to realize if we offer a $10 rebate, that is sell them at $120 a pop. We'll sell 165 of them, which gives us revenue of $19,800, a different amount. More revenue. Now, if you're looking to maximize revenue, there's a certain price you can charge. You charge more than that, you sell fewer, don't make as much revenue. You charge less than that, you'll sell more, but the price is too low and you don't make as much. So where's that sweet spot? Most money. Now, notice you have an increase in sales. When you decrease the price. Surprise! Now, the weekly increase, so here, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what formula works for X. Well, X is the number sold. So what are we going to do? Well, the increase in sales well, it's going to be X minus 150 because we start with 150 and we're selling more. How many more is going to be X? All right, now that's important. Now the next thing to note here is that for every 15 DVD, sorry, used to be DVD, but nobody knows what a DVD player is anymore. It's Blu-ray. You want to sell 15 more, the price drops by $10. Okay? Now that means for one Blu-ray player, how much does the price have to drop? Well, the price has to drop 10/15ths of a dollar, which is 2/3, 2/2. God darn it. Okay, so this is the sneaky part. So the price drops by 2/3 of a dollar. Now, here this means we can put this together, P of X. Okay? So, excuse me, our demand function, excuse me, sorry. P of X. All right. Is we're starting with 130. Okay. And what are we doing? It's going down 2/3 of a dollar for every extra one we sold, which is X minus 150. Now, think about that a little bit. You're going, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. That's annoying. Well, compared to all the math we've done, it's not too bad. Anyway, so that's the demand function. Now, I'm going to need a little more space here. So the demand function, P of X, as I just said, is $130 minus 2/3 X minus 150. I know, pain in the bum. Now, excuse me. So when we multiply that out, 2/3 of 150 is 100. So that's $230 minus 2/3 X. So that's our demand function. Now, what's the revenue function going to be? So this is demand. My apologies. The revenue function. R of x is x px, which should be 230x minus 2/3 x squared. And I'm going to stop there. Actually, no, let's just finish this. One more question. How large a rebate should the store offer to maximize its revenue? Now, we just said revenue function is $230, 230x minus 2/3 x squared. So, we want to find the derivative, r prime of x. That will be 230. Derivative of that will be minus 4/3 x. So looking for the critical number of that. Now remember, this is minus x squared, so it's going to have a peak somewhere. So the peak is where the critical number of this equals 0. No, I'm not doing closed interval method beginning and end. Anyway, so 230 is 4/3 x. Now, 3/4 of, I think that's 172.5 is x. So, they want to sell 172 Blu-ray players. They sell 172 Blu-ray players, then they make the maximum profit. Now, the profit, sorry, and what should the price be? Because that was the question. What was the, how much rebate? So we're looking for P of X here. That is P of 172. All right, I will leave it 172.5 because I can see you guys screaming about that. We'll round that off later. So that's 230 minus 2/3 times 172.5. That's $115. So if they sell the DVD players at $115, they get the maximum revenue. Now, going back here, we were selling them $130. So the rebate should be 15. $130 minus 1. Okay. Now, sorry, I'm going to stop there for a sec. This video is getting kind of long. I just want to, oh, sorry. And you can do your homework. Anyway, sorry. So the rebate should be $15. Now going back here, if we sell 115 of these, the rebate would be, no, sorry, we sell 150. God help me. I just said the price should be 115. And yeah, if the price is, sorry, 115, we'll sell 172. So 172 of them. So what's our maximum revenue? Because that's the only other question I could ask. 172 times 115, you wombat. 19780. Now hang on. Sorry, 172.5, I should say. $1,983. Yeah, and here's where we start arguing about you can't sell a fraction of one. Anyway, in theory, that's how the bean counters do it. That's why they, if you get in the real world and you go, why are they doing that? To maximize revenue, because they're dumb. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet now. I want you to take a look at this, and if you've got it, great. Do your homework. If you have questions, shoot me an email. Otherwise, good luck.